Hey everyone, Bryon Howard here. Let's talk about what's really happening in the Calgary market because February told a very clear story. Detached homes are tightening, apartments still oversupplied, and that gap is growing. Citywide, we're sitting at about 3 months of supply, which means on paper, Calgary looks balanced. But when you dig deeper, it's a tale of two markets. Let's start with detached. We saw 736 sales and 1,269 new listings in February. That keeps the sales to new listings ratio at 58%. Months of supply, just under 3 months. That's balance, but here's the key. Homes under 700,000 are still struggling with limited supply. If you're a buyer in that range, you're feeling competition. The benchmark price for a detached home is now $734,000. That's up just over 1% from January, but still 3% lower than last year. The West and City Center districts are showing the strongest momentum. Now let's talk semi-detached. That was actually the tightest segment of the market. Months of supply dropped to just 2.4 months, the lowest of all property types. Prices responded. The benchmark price is now $682,000, up over 2% from January. So if you're holding a semi-detached property, this is encouraging. Row homes are more balanced. Sellers picked up to 270 units. Supply eased slightly. The months of supply dropped to just over 3 months. The benchmark price sits at $424,000, still about 5% lower than last year, but that varies heavily by district. Now here's where the pressure is showing. Apartment-style condos. There are nearly 18,000 apartment units under construction across Calgary right now. That's significant. Even though many are rentals, that supply impacts the ownership market. In February, there were 753 new listings and only 345 sales. That puts the sales to new listing ratio at 46%. Months of supply, well over 4 months. Inventory is sitting at almost 1,600 units. Prices continue to soften. The benchmark price is now $299,000, down nearly 1% from January and over 9% lower than last year. Some districts, like the Northeast, have more than 7 months of supply. That's heavy buyer leverage. So what does this all mean? If you're selling a detached or semi-detached home, strategy matters, but you're still in relatively healthy position. If you're selling a condo, pricing and position are absolutely critical right now. And if you're a buyer, opportunity exists, but they depend entirely on property type and price range. This is not a one-size-fits-all market. Now quickly, regionally, let's look at Airdrie. It's balanced with just over 3 months of supply. Cochrane is sitting at about 3 months, as well as Okotoks remains tight, under 3 months of supply and prices holding steady. Bottom line, Calgary is not crashing, it's segmenting. And in segmented markets, guidance matters more than ever. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or just trying to understand your position, let's have a conversation. Because in this market, strategy beats speculation every time. I'm Bryon Howard, Team Stage to Summit.